In the last two videos, I covered the first two chapters of Vince Gironda's book, The Wild Physique. This is chapter 3, and it answers one of the most debated questions in bodybuilding. What is the best rep range for building muscle? Most lifters either go heavy with low reps or lightweight with high reps, but Vince believed both approaches missed the point. In this chapter, he explains why the real growth happens somewhere in between. So let's begin. This is chapter 3 of Vince Gironda's book, The Wild Physique. The question of how many sets and reps to do is on everyone's mind. Even top champions can fall into the trap of thinking there is some ideal combination of sets and reps they should do. As I said before, there is no such thing. The number of sets and reps you do is limited by the time you have, how much physical strain your body can handle, and how well and how fast your body can recover. Those people who have very good health can experiment with different intensity levels and chop and change their sets and reps to maximize their muscle development. There are some basic rules, however. Calves and forearms, because they have many tightly packed muscle fibers in those areas, are considered as high-rep muscles. This is not a fixed rule that can never change. Generally speaking, both the lower legs, calves, and lower arms, forearms, grow faster when higher reps, 15 to 25, are used instead of the usual range, 6 to 12. Abdominals, lower back, and thigh areas also respond quite well to higher repetitions, although unlike the calves and forearms, they can also be stimulated by low and medium reps. I personally prefer the 8 sets of 8 system, which I will explain in more detail later. Of course, this is not for beginners. You must work up to the stage where you can benefit from this extremely advanced form of training. I doubt if anyone with less than 2 years of training experience could benefit from this method. I call it the honest workout because of the pure muscle fiber that can be attained with this combination. Stick to the 8x8 system and your muscle fibers will fill out, giving you thick, solid muscle. This method, however, will build only a small amount of capillary size. Increasing your repetitions from 8 to 12 can reduce the stimulation to the muscle fibers, and so they may not keep their full size. But you will find that 4 extra reps will start other growth factors. Your nerve paths are better nourished, and the small blood vessels and blood flow areas are put under more pressure and almost forced to grow. It could be argued that 4 extra reps can result in the addition of 10% more muscle. In my own experiments with repetitions, I tried doing everything from single reps all the way up to 500 and more. I never felt what I call a burn in my muscles when doing less than 8 reps. And although I knew that my fibers were reacting to this real quality work, I noticed something else happening when I increased the reps to 12. A burn would appear, sometimes with sharp pain in the muscles under strain. Usually, at the end of a set of 12 or more reps, I would be almost shouting in pain. While doing a set of neck presses, I would stomp my feet on the floor, trying to push the pain out of my body as the set ended. There would be strong, burning pain in my chest muscles on the last few reps. It's the same with calf training. After finishing a set of donkey calf raises, I would almost throw my training partner off my back just so I could lie on a bench and rub the pain out of my calves. Yes, high reps can hurt, but when used at the right time and in the right way, they can be very helpful. I'm not saying that 12 reps are always necessary, but you should think about doing higher reps once in a while. When you find yourself asking the old question of whether you should lift heavy weights with low reps or light weights with high reps, think about the best advice. Use moderately heavy weights with high reps. Yes, it's easier said than done, but it's a goal you should definitely work toward. The few bodybuilders who have done it have huge muscles. Think about how massive Tom Platz's thighs are. He once did an amazing 28 reps with 405 pounds and 52 reps with 350 pounds. Or think about Casey Viator, who often did 20 reps with 330 pounds on the incline press. Have you seen his chest and shoulders lately? The amount of sets you do depends on your training frequency and recovery time. Remember, your training effort should always be above 85% to trigger growth. You will find that the number of sets you need to achieve maximum stimulation is directly related to your intensity level. Personally, except for beginners, I would never suggest doing fewer than 3 sets of any exercise, even if your intensity level is up to 95%. A 100% effort is, of course, not possible. What is possible is working toward your highest effort level, which is usually around 93–97%. The upper limit for sets is 15. Doing more than that for one exercise can lead to a serious training block or severe burnout. In general, I believe the number of sets for each body part should also be limited to 15. However, there are times when this rule can be reasonably broken. Use your mind to keep your sets and reps within the limits of your recovery ability, while at the same time using the gradual method of trying to work your muscles with slowly increasing weight. Also, make a habit of changing your exercises to avoid boredom. By following this method, you will, or should if your motivation is solid, get a 40% increase in your muscle fibers. An extra 5 to 8% of growth can come from the increased size and growth of small blood vessels, or capillaries.